in my other laptop, I had to replace the CMOS battery, and when I put it back together, it started up because prior to that it wouldn't even boot because CMOS battery was dead. But now the mouse and the keyboard aren't working. Is there something particular I should be looking for that I messed up when I took it apart?
Is it the integrated mouse and keyboard, or?
Yes, it's laptop.
You shouldn't have had to mess with any of the ribbon cables for that to get to the CMOS battery, usually.
As far as I know, I didn't disconnect anything.
That's what I hate on laptops. Those ZIF connectors they use for the little ribbon cables for that are really touchy, and
they're fiddly to put in and out as well.
And they're easy to break if you force them. But
just for reference, we are back recording.
Oh, excellent.
There's a chance if it's just something that got zapped when you replaced the battery in the CMOS config, you might be able to reshuffle there. You might just have some screwed up IRQs or something.
But if I can't use my keyboard, how can I even
plug one in? Plug a USB one in.
I'll have to find one and try that out.
Steal one from a computer lab.
Yeah.
We have like 700 printer keyboards, don't we?
Take your laptop to the computer lab, unplug the keyboard and plug it into your laptop, and then plug it back into the computer when you're done using it. So, this is technically recording 2 because the computer crashed on us, or something crashed on us, or Vector left the building, or something.
But we still have recording 1?
Yes, it saves it. Basically, it just records it to the disk space, and this is now a separate recording, and I'll probably splice them together into one.
Yes. Excellent.
So the sky's all bruisey purple.
Correct.
Does that match up with any kind of other plane we might know of, or
roll it?
Who knows? Well, I don't have. Oh wait, I do have planes.
I'm the knowledge plane person.
It's Ravenloft.
I have some planes and some Arcana. Planes. 16 for me.
I'm Strad von Zarovich.
20 for Sigmund.
Awesome. You don't think so? It looks almost. It's no like any plane you've ever seen before. It looks like the plane you were on before, just different.
Just something maybe affecting local weather or something like that.
So I mean, with conjuration magic, they could have just put up a whole force bubble over this, or tried to plane shift an area, or.
My major concern is, well, admittedly we're probably not going to stay here much longer, but it's just empty. It's not like there's like carcasses that look like they've been randomly killed by.
We haven't really been. You haven't really been looking particularly. You've just been sat in the ruins. So.
Well, I guess just if we don't see anything obviously while walking among the ruins, that's more what I'm looking for.
Well, you may see the odd bone or two sticking out,
but not like freshly licked off corpse.
Not that you can see, no.
Probably nothing living here for 100 years or more.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing.
Looking to the south, you realise the sky is different. There's almost like a maelstrom in the sky to the south, over the mountains.
Do we still feel a tugging to the south?
You do feel a strange tugging to the south, yes.
Is the maelstrom about in the same vector?
As the tugging, yes it is.
I'm a little worried these tattoos might be attached to the Great Machine somewhat.
Well, that should only make them easier to use to get back to the past, right?
Sure.
So, do we need to make any other preparations? Or
you need to make me a perception check.
All of us?
Yes.
17.
Hieronymus. Guess I better do Marcus.
Kixie's pressed the button twice, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Has Kixie not typed it in?
She's pressing her little button.
Typing it in.
Here's Kixie typing it in. Marcus got a 10.
27.
I've entered it manually.
It was
Keep typing it.
27 kicks. Keep typing it.
Yeah.
Did Sigmund get a 14?
Yes.
Okay. Kixie?
Yeah.
Far away over the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
you see an enormous... It seems to come out of the maelstrom almost. It's like the only thing you could describe it as is a tentacle
Ooh.
reaching down out of the sky very briefly and then disappearing back up again.
There's an octopus
Yeah.
in the sky.
But you can see it over the mountains, which are about 30 miles to the south.
So it's
There's a
closer to us
really-
than the mountains, or
No, it's beyond the mountains.
of
Really?
madness?
There's a big octopus on the other side of those mountains. I don't
In
think we should
the
go.
sky.
Yeah, it was big ass.
I think somebody's been watching Hellboy.
No, it were big. It were real big.
Yeah. If we don't have anything else to do, I think we've looked over all this stuff.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
probably nothing useful to
one-
salvage here.
One thing,
Mhm.
as loath as I am to use the undead, these teeth, while maybe not against the necromancer, might prove useful at some point. Perhaps we should split them up amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like a good idea.
Yes.
Divvy out the teeth, one each, and then two people get two, or do you want?
That sounds reasonable. I think maybe
we're very
you and
reasonable.
Kixie should take two.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
and
two
me
teeth
and-
of awesome
me and
skelly.
Locus can have one.
Awesome skelliness. Skelly tooth.
Mm-hmm. Some teeth.
Teeth.
Pixie sees Cthulhu over mad.
They are called the Mind Spin Mountains. So it's
They
not
are the
too
Mind
far
Spin Mountains.
from Mountains of Madness.
They are the Mind Spin Mountains.
And of course, if she takes sanity loss, who would know?
Exactly. She's just got a bit crazier.
And the teeth are for like summoning zombies, right?
You
Skeletons.
toss them on the ground. It's like dragon teeth in Greek mythology.
It's exactly what they are, basically. Teeth of the Hydra, or whatever they're called.
I thought they were supposed to be dragons.
Maybe. Linz, have you seen Jason and the Argonauts?
Yes.
When they summon the skeletons at the end by throwing the teeth on the ground. It's exactly those.
Good old Harryhausen skeletons.
They're awesome. That's still better than some of the special effects we see today
Oh yeah.
with CGI. I'm going to see the top of my head. I'm sorry. I keep reclining in my chair.
So then I believe we'll begin concentrating to try to travel. Okay, so first of all, maybe let's move someplace where we won't be shunted into the middle of a brothel.
That'd be funny, right? Pow! Whoa! Titties!
So, do we want to go behind the mansion, up in the quarry area, somewhere out of town, or?
Go into the woods.
Yeah, and we'll come back around Walter.
Yeah.
We like the woods.
I think like behind the storage area,
Right?
which I think was around here. How do I do this? Yeah.
Where are you?
Top of the map.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was around
Yeah,
here.
that whole block there is a storage yard.
Okay, I see it now.
So it's a bit out of the way. There shouldn't be too many people around there. And even if there are people, we should be appearing behind a bunch of stuff, hopefully hiding us.
Of course, there is the chance we'll all appear unconscious.
And inside a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
Well, no, like we'll be behind outside.
Oh, okay. You're gonna. Okay, in the kind of scribbleland behind. Yeah. Okay. You could always just go.
Um,
You could always just go south of the inn to where that graveyard was.
Nothing bad could happen there.
No.
I like my idea.
I like your idea too.
I'll
Okay.
follow the tactical dwarf.
Okay, everybody's up behind the.
Tactical dwarf. The
The new nickname.
Tactical
Yes.
dwarf.
and with that, I once more begin concentrating.
This could be fun.
What that? Can I do that too?
Yeah, sure you can. Let's see how complicated it gets. Do you
It's
wanna
all
aid, do you want to
planar?
aid him?
Sure.
Planes. Oh, look at that. That's a blue mist. Everyone rolls me a will save.
No.
16.
19. D4. Oh. D4, D6.
Marcus's will save is 16.
So it's a D4 rounds that it takes to kick in, and D6 rounds it affects us or something.
Kixie has a 20.
And I only rolled a
think
20.
We might have all saved.
I think you may have done. Where are we? Yeah, Sigmund ends up on his ass along with Marcus, but you are conscious. You just dizzy and fall over during transit. Hieronymus and Kixie are up on their feet and fine as you
Yeah.
appear.
Where do we appear?
Apparently where the Hound of the Baskervilles is.
I'll go and grab her. No.
Oh. Where are we now?
You appear, but not behind the constriction site.
We drifted.
Are we in the right era?
You appear, there is a... It's a town, it's a little rundown.
Is there a tower?
It's a... Yes, there is a tower.
Is it in pieces like it appears?
No, actually it's not in pieces any longer.
Oh crap, how long were we gone? What's the sky look like?
It looks fine. Kind of.
Is there a shiny thing on the tower?
There isn't at the moment, no.
Okay. I just want to make sure, as far as we can tell, this looks like the past, 200 years in the past, where we just...
Oh, hang on, I've loaded the... Oh, God.
That's what I was wondering here. You looked
Hang
at
on.
its folly, which is...
I've loaded the wrong map. I wanted to refresh the other map because it wasn't showing right on the other computer. Hang on. Let me reload it.
You switched maps for me, so I was unsure what was
Yeah, I picked the wrong Tybalt. I wanted to reload the other map so it refreshed on the other screen. Because it's looking grubby and wrong.
The Tibble's Triumph.
I did wonder when it was lovely and white. There we go. You do appear behind the thing you wanted to appear behind.
Excellent.
And that's better because it was really dark on the recording computer, and now it is not. So, you appear behind the constriction yard. Sounds of constriction going on. It seems like there's several workmen now hoisting stones to the top of the tower.
About what time of day does it look like?
It's probably mid-afternoon, you think.
About what time did we leave, Sigmund?
I'm not sure. What time did we leave?
It's probably mid-morning, you think?
So several hours have passed in the past.
Assuming it's the same day.
Yeah, at least several hours.
But the main thing is, it doesn't have the capstone on, right?
Yeah.
Not yet, no. But it is getting significantly taller. They look to be rushing to finish it at this point.
Okay. So that's the main thing. It has not quite finished. So I'll be heading straight towards the tower.
Okay.
Is Clemens or Tybalt there, or who's...
Tybalt is
supervising?
around in the main square.
There's no sign of a strung-up architect anywhere or something.
No, you don't see any strung-out architects.
Lord Tybalt, we need to speak with you.
What? Okay. What do you want? I'm finishing the tower.
you have to stop construction on the tower.
Ha 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 ha!
For now, at least.
Ha! He sounds like Clements. He said, "Stop the tower. It's clearly evil." But I'm like, "No, we will finish the tower."
You have to stop the tower. It's clearly evil.
Ha! I do not think so. We're going to finish it. We're going to put the capstone atop it. Then we will see.
So who else here at the...
I'm afraid you can't trust the plans and guidance you've been given.
Bah!
They've
I make
been-
my own choices.
They've been altered from your choices.
No, I picked this tower. I think it's a brilliant idea.
But
They say it'll only take another hour before it's complete, and then I'm taking the capstone up there myself.
Walter made some last-minute adjustments against
Yes,
your
and we're
plans.
ignoring those and just putting stones up there now.
But they've already affected the beauty of your tower.
Ah, we'll put the face on it later. Let's just get it finished.
Is Clemens about? Or is it just Tybalt out here?
It's just Tybalt at the moment.
My lord, I'm afraid you're being used by
Ah.
the necromancer Arkalak, and that the construction of this tower will cause...
Ah, we
Danger
drove him
ruin
off.
across
He's
it.
in the forests. I've sent archers and pikemen after him. We'll hunt him down.
I'm afraid if you finish the tower at all, you will be completing the plans that he's made for it.
No, surely not.
You fizzled with the
Let's-
capstone.
He was involved in the construction of it.
Well, he just drew the pictures. My stonemasons did all the building.
But clearly, the direction given at the beginning could have it being from the foundation.
Clements assures me there's no magic in the tower.
Are you certain you can trust Clemens?
Yes, of course. He's been
It's
with me for
possible.
years.
He's
Many
been-
years.
1 year.
Possible he's been in league with Arkalak.
No, not Clements. He's a good old chap.
I'll kind of open up the journal and turn to some of the innocuous pages just about materials on the tower and stuff like that.
Okay.
Is this Clemens' writing?
I don't know. Maybe.
His journal? This is his journal. You can
Why do
see
you
how
have his
he's-
journal, sir?
Well, I'm afraid we've
Have
also
you been
found
stealing from my house, sir?
we've been investigating as you gave us permission to, and we've also found at this point I'll pull out the chandelier picture with his journal.
That is an interesting drawing there. Rather macabre. No worse than some of those operas they have back in the city, though.
We've seen it in construction
Really? In my house?
in the lair of the necromancer Arkalak.
So you drew a picture of it. That's very nice of you.
No, this was not drawn by us. This was found.
Perhaps we should speak with Clemens.
He's in the house somewhere. He was looking at the capstone to check it's not evil.
Yeah, you never know if Walter messed with it before he fled.
Yes, I know it's mildly magical. That's what makes it sparkly. But he's checking that nothing has been done to it.
Perhaps we can assist him in that.
I don't know. You've been rummaging in my house, I see.
Well, dwarves, you know.
No. It's just impolite.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Go see him if you wish, but leave him to his work. Do not disturb him if he's busy.
Right.
I was a good girl.
You were very quiet there.
Okay.
To the house in the capstone.
You head towards the house. You hear him shouting, hurry up, we want it done by nightfall.
Let's do
Make
this.
it fall by night.
Okay. walking into the manor then, I guess.
Okay. In the lobby, you see a couple of servants and Clements. Clements appears to be in deep thought, staring at the capstone. Occasionally his fingers will twitch.
Probably leaning on his staff still.
Yes, he's got his staff in the other hand.
Fingers twitching.
Hello.
Can I spellcraft his finger twitching?
Mm-hmm.
25. Oh, 24 and 25. Why is it double rolling me? Jeez.
He's maintaining a detect magic spell, and he seems to be studying the gemstone.
Naughty, naughty.
Clemens,
Sir, he's busy, deep in concentration.
we must speak with him, I'm afraid.
Well-
Would you be so good as to grab me a cup of tea, please?
Oh, yes, I'll bring you one if you want to sit there. He shouldn't be long. He said it would only take about 30 to 40 minutes to fully study it.
Of course.
He's basically motionless. Occasionally you'll see his eyes move across the stone.
I'm just going to walk right in front of him and between him and the crystal.
What? What do you want? I was busy. How rude you people are.
Well, in Dwarven culture, it's rude not to answer when someone calls for you, but I suppose we have our own definition for rudeness.
Could you say I was busy concentrating doing magical things? You Earth people wouldn't understand that, now would you?
Ooh, magic.
We like magic. We're good at magic. Do you
I'm
want to see
checking
my
the
magic?
capstone so that to ensure that evil necromancer hasn't done something to it.
I can do magic, me.
Why not search for a replacement capstone?
I did suggest that. His lordship was rather adamant that this was the plan and this was what was happening. We must ensure that nothing evil has occurred to the capstone.
What was that?
Says Arkalak's evil laughter.
I see. And there has been no trace of Walter since...
No, his lordship sent some archers and some pikemen or spearmen into the woods after him. They have not returned yet, but I'm sure they will.
Has there been any note of other things he might have done while he was here? Changes to the plans? Thefts?
No, his plans remained reasonably same. He changed some of the architecture on the outside, some of the minor figurines, but nothing of import, I wouldn't think.
And there hasn't been, say, anything important missing from the manor.
No, I don't think so. That said, I've not really looked around since since he fled.
How long ago was that?
What? It was this morning.
You must
Oh,
excuse
yeah.
him. As you'll notice, he was out doing some certain rituals of his beliefs when that attack occurred. You will recall he wasn't in presence.
Oh, yes, fair enough. I have been working with his lordship and studying this gemstone since then.
So,
It was a truly
yourself-
terrible incident.
you say you do not know any battle spells or
Not really. I have
nothing
no
of the
real
necromantic
need for
arts
them.
yourself?
I've never really had a need. I'm more interested in the future and delving into the depths of knowledge and looking for the underlying secrets of the universe.
I don't suppose you've been searching for those in different places of the world before settling in with Lord Tybalt, have you?
I have travelled my fair share.
Oh,
I have
Lord
seen
Kingdoms?
many of the great libraries.
Yes. Lots of places to travel. Northern Kingdoms, Mammoth Lord lands, Nadal.
I have never really been to Nadal. I've been to the mountains, but never actually to Nadal.
No?
No, never really took my fancy. They're more for burning books there than actually reading them.
So if Sigmund pushed between him and the gem, we're basically behind him. Just out of...
Well, he's looking at the gemstone, which is at in the bottom of the stairs, and Sigmund is in front of him. So you're behind him, yes.
Okay. No reason.
What? Okay.
You wouldn't have happened to gone to a place called, say, Albatross there, no?
No, that's on the coast somewhere. I think some of the trading ships stop there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been through that way. I haven't really done much travelling in the south.
I don't suppose any evidence was gathered from Walter before that box that was brought forth this morning.
I haven't had a chance to talk to the servant as yet. Told them to lock the room and leave it as it is.
No journals were found.
Journals? I've not really... I told you, we've not searched the room. My lordship wanted to finish the tower before we investigated things, in case the necromancer came back.
Can I subtly cast up Detect Magic behind him?
Can you subtle... Does it have a verbal component?
Probably.
Then no, subtle is going to be difficult.
I figured if he's, engaged in this engrossing conversation,
You still have to speak with a normal speaking voice to cast magic unless you have silent spell.
Ah, crap.
Unless it doesn't have a verbal component.
Just double check. Verbal somatic, yeah.
Go. Higgly wiggly.
Wiggly wiggly piggly.
Wiggly piggly. So, gentlemen, if you would, I have a little part more of this stone to examine.
So what's it do besides sparkle?
It sparkles. His lordship wanted something showy for the top of the tower.
I think that the tower should be halted until we can make sure Arkalak is brought forward and properly dealt with.
You'll need to speak to his lordship then. I've already suggested that. He can be a very stubborn man when he wants things, and he's so close to finishing this. I think he just wants it to be finished, and then he can deal with the problems.
Sounds like a man after my own heart. Stupid talking.
Perhaps, in some cases, rash young nobility needs those with more wisdom to force a decision.
I don't disagree with you, but unfortunately, forcing a decision would mean you'd have to take on his entire house guard. I don't think an old man like myself is in a position quite to do that.
How many pikemen and archers did you say he sent in the force and haven't returned?
He sent about a third of his force that way.
He badass.
So about 15. It leaves him about 30 left.
He badass.
Are there any other servants in the room still?
Yes, there are still servants here. That you were attempting to cast a spell quietly.
No, I'm just contemplating.
Oh.
Slumber actually doesn't have, as a hex, I don't think has any. It's a supernatural ability which are weird.
Yeah.
Because they don't provoke, so basically they don't, yeah.
Something just fell off my table, so I might have to go and pick it up in a second.
Oh, the dog sat on my foot.
I don't think anybody noticed though, so that's good.
What was it?
Everything sat on my table.
Oh, how did that happen?
A bad balancing thing.
Oh.
I was trying to erase the blue. Oh, that's why, 'cause I've got a sheet in front of it. Doesn't matter. I was trying to erase something, and then it couldn't erase, and I got a bit panicked. But I just realised that I had a sheet in front of the sheet that I was erasing it on. So it's okay now.
Okay.
And I dropped everything for nothing.
I'm thinking we can be. I don't know. I'm unfortunately still very, very lawful, so I really don't want to go around stealing something.
Or attacking somebody without being
fun.
fully certain.
Stealing is fun.
All right. I will let you return to examining the crystal. Be sure to.
You will let me, will you? That's very kind of you. Come along now. If you have any more questions, come back in about an hour.
Yes, I will do so.
He returns to casting Detect Magic on the crystal.
He's naughty.
I
Most
think we
likely.
should talk and I think we should step aside
Outside.
and discuss things for a moment here. Perhaps in our rooms in the brothel.
Yeah, no one can overhear you in a brothel.
No, thin walls.
But the ambience noise.
Thin walls is
Sounds
good
everything
advertising.
The ambient noise.
Thin walls is good advertising. Nice.
Fine.
Um,
So, what are you talking about?
Well, so where exactly did we hear about no metal in the tower?
Walter was saying that was one of the insistence was no metal in the tower, only stonework. They're building the wood scaffolding with nails only to get up to the top, but there should be
I
no
don't
metal in there anywhere.
Was that last session?
Yeah, early last session when we first got
Okay.
into town.
Because I'm thinking we have a few options here. One is tracking down Walter and seeing if he is Arkalak. The second is sabotaging the tower. And I'm sure Tybalt might be willing to accept willing volunteers to increase the rate that it can be built.
And the third is just outright attacking people.
Third is outright stealing the gem or attacking Clemens or doing something very rash.
You can't do rash. Can you?
That's her job.
No, but I didn't think that he could do rash. I thought
Admittedly, we also have number 4, which is potentially frame Clemens as Arkalak, since we do have access to skeletons that we can control.
And
That is also fairly rash and possible backfiring if Clemens is not Arkalak.
And terribly unlawful of you.
it could flush Walter out of the
no,
woods if
no,
Walter's
no.
Arkalak, but you know.
So we believe that Arkalak is in the woods somewhere.
Well,
Correct.
After seeing the journals and the correspondence in Clemens' room, and I just can't fully...
and that Clemens makes no claim to having obtained those from Arkalak.
Mm-hmm.
He makes no mention of them whatsoever, unless they were planted in his room, which seems...
Considering that they were in a lightning bolt locked chest, it seems unlikely.
So we believe that somebody that we have seen as of like recently is. I'm going right back to the beginning.
Okay, I see that.
We believe Walter or Clemens is Arkalak.
Walter or Clements. Okay.
Unfortunately, we can't figure out which one is which until we choose one of them and attack them and see if they are the real deal or not.
And if
See
we
if
choose
they're the
wrong, we
real
can
deal.
waste all our good stuff on the wrong guy.
So,
If it's the wrong guy, if it's an old dude who's a diviner, it's not going to take you long. You're not going to waste much of your stuff on him. One hit from Marcus is probably chop him in half.
Whoa, don't make me use my stuff on you.
And if it's the other guy, he's an architect, and therefore probably an expert level 2.
yeah.
So if we attack Clemens and he doesn't immediately die, he's obviously Arkalak.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that falls under the rash thing to do.
Yes, it does.
Like my slumbering
But
and when
it
his
just-
back's turned would be rash.
It does seem to make some sense. So
So the actions that Sigmund is most willing to do is sabotage or hunt down Walter.
okay.
So how much time roughly do we think we have left? 3 hours
For what?
until
You
the
think
tower is finished.
Yeah, probably 3 to 4 hours, you think?
It took us half a day to walk to the caves, didn't it?
It did.
And searching the woods would probably be.
But Walter went north into the woods.
Okay. So that's the question. How much time are we willing to risk looking for Walter?
Well, as he is like the big bad, then quite a lot of time, I guess.
But the thing is, the big bad might be in town.
Should we split up?
Oh, please do.
Oh, do not split the party.
Yes, but this might be one of those things where splitting the party unexpectedly might, like, pay off. You never know.
It never pays off.
Why?
It never does.
If I split the party and they go after the one and they find the real one and I split the party, I don't get killed.
So we
That's
could search.
true.
We could search the woods for 2 hours and still make it back in time to stop them capping the tower. But then we'd have to deal with everybody out for procession and stuff probably.
He's only got 30 house guards that aren't searching the woods
So that'll tie up Marcus and Sigmund.
for a couple of rounds.
Yeah, we're not quite that high level. But the
I
prospect
honestly
is
don't know
not-
what to do. I don't know.
No.
I'm lost on this one, and I kind of was last time. It just
Oh,
She's lost. She's lost.
do I have to re-invite her?
I don't know. She might be able to rejoin.
Provided she knows she's logged off.
Lens, you've lost your link. Okay. You need a re-invite. No, you're not. Thing sent you a new invite.
Just in case.
My new headset is terribly comfortable and red.
hmm
And a bit retro.
I do have a new spell that could work really well on Clemens from behind if it. But
Have you learnt ass raping 1?
well, I have been watching the dwarf.
It's funny. So what do you think you're going to do? You have lots of options. There she is. Hey, lovely.
hey, I have no idea what happened there.
You just
Sorry.
died.
I did.
We certainly have lots of options. I'm thinking because we have to make sure the tower is not built.
And I don't have any awesome tumble tower type spells.
Remind me why we have to ensure the tower is not built.
Although
Because
because the future with the
then-
bruised sky and
Yeah.
the amplifier for the great machine's going to be all working and something bad will happen.
I know. I'm just reminding everybody else. I'm Tony Robinson, remember?
Hello, Hello, Tony. Do you,
You're
have
a bit cuter than that, though.
do you have a cunning plan?
I have a cunning plan.
And I have a planning cun.
How rude.
So I remember at one point we were considering blowing up the tower. Do we have any concrete plan for how to do that?
There was some explosives with the building supplies.
Yes, there was.
Okay. So what we could do, possibly, is create a distraction that will cause them to, most of the people, to go towards to stop it. And then from there, have, say, a sneaky, alchemically inclined person move an amount of explosives to the tower and set them off, and hopefully cause enough damage to at least delay it.
So you mean set fire to the brothel, and then when all the townsfolk run to save it, they have the gnome blow up the tower?
Yes. I was looking at my list of spells for something that could help in this, and I saw spark.
And we all have flasks of highly potent alcohol.
It's true. I have on my sheet the flask of corn whiskey.
That's funny.
Me too.
That's hilarious.
I think that's the best we can do. Cause a massive delay to it. Give us a chance to find Walter.
Mm-hmm.
At least we can go after Walter because at least he has ran away. That shows some amount of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And then determine if he is Arkalak or if it is Clemens.
Okay.
To be fair, as much as that pains me, running away from a horde of zombies isn't necessarily guilty.
But they were. It's a situation in which he ran away from them. He ran towards the direction they were coming from.
He ran out of the circle of them around him.
No, but he kept moving. He moved up between them, past them, instead of away from them. When something is running towards you, you don't move towards it to get away from it.
Well, I'll have to take your word on that. I wasn't there, or at least not visible,
Yeah.
not seeing.
See, the zombies came from a building north of town, and he ran north, which is... Like, it would have been one thing if he, say, ran around a building and then head into the forest, but he still ran right through the middle of them, which is suspicious.
It is a little. Am I the only person that can't see the grid on everything now?
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
that's the unfortunate thing of it dropping. So, as much as it pains me to have to take such drastic action, it's the best we can do. And
I like it when it pains you.
So you're saying we blow up the tower, then search for Walter, and then come back for Clemens?
Hey, lawful boy, blowing up the tower is definitely unlawful.
Not really.
What do you mean, not really? Destruction of property is pretty unlawful.
He's talking having the
Not
gnome
if
blow
it-
up the tower.
Not if
Oh,
in the future it saves lives.
is that the greater good?
They're
The
great.
I believe that falls under neutral or chaotic good, the greater good.
That's fine,
I
but
don't
I
want
mean,
to be judged shooting
Lawful
executioner.
good does not cover the greater good.
I was given permission to pursue the necromancer Arkalak by the lord of this area.
Yes,
These are
you were.
actions taken in that pursuit, this lawful pursuit.
That's clever. That's right. Clearly, he's on top of the tower and requires blowing off it with explosives.
Well, we know it's part of his plan.
It's true.
And stopping the necromancer is stopping his plans.
there you go.
I like that. A nice grey interpretation. Okay, so what is the plan? Are you going to blow up the tower, or are you going to go hunting in the woods first and then come back and do
I
it?
think
We're
we're setting fire to the brothel, then
You're
blowing up the
actually
tower.
setting fire to the brothel.
We have to do something to get the workers away from it.
Okay, there are quite a lot of workers on this tower.
Hopefully most of them will run to put out the fire.
Yeah, he's essentially got most of the people working on this tower.
I actually think we should set fire to them. Was it a
Manor
stone
house?
manor? It's a wood manor, isn't it?
What? His house?
Yes.
Yes, it's mostly wooden. There are some stones involved.
Okay. So first of all, I think, if possible, we should remove as many explosives as we can. That's one less thing we have to do during the confusion.
Confusion.
Pilfer explosives.
And then, because setting fire to the manor is more likely to have Tybalt, say, send them to put out than the brothel. Tybalt
Yes.
might very well sacrifice the brothel, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to sacrifice his manor.
Especially if it was a fireball from the woods attempting to, destroy the capstone or something.
How's that going to work?
Well, one of us could have seen the fireball, the foul Arkalak, obviously fired from the woods.
The foul Arkalak.
Arkalak the Foul. That's a good idea. For a story you should tell of where you saw the fire approach, if asked about it.
Arkalak the foul.
Yeah, I'm thinking grab explosives, have someone sneak into the second floor, and kind of pour the whiskey and stuff up there to start it again. More difficult to put out, require more time.
I'll be
Anything to-
drinking the whiskey.
Ah. So, the plan starts with Kixie stealing explosives.
Apparently.
Yes.
All good plans start like that.
All good plans start with Kixie stealing some explosives.
Yep.
Okay.
The best kind.
It's still daylight, you know that, right?
But there's a lot of confusion. People moving about.
Several of the guards have
It is
gone
busy.
out into the woods.
It's true. There's not as many guards as there should be.
And
There are guards guarding the cabin with the explosives in it.
I would try and help, but, you know, Kixie being an alchemist is the best to identify
it's
explosives.
possible they might take a sudden nap.
One at a time. Or it's equally as possible that they don't.
Yes. As they fail to fail their will saves. And
Yet again,
what are you doing, boy?
based on statistics, I would suggest they do not nap. In fact, they probably get quite angry and stab the witch to death.
Let's see.
There are 2 guards outside the hut that contains the explosives.
And it's a solid wood hut.
It is a very solid... It's actually a stone hut
Oh.
with a wooden roof.
Ah, the weak spot. That's one of these 2 buildings across the...
No, it's actually in the compound to the left, inside the
Okay.
compound. It's in here.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do we have anything for invisibility or stealth, or as far as we can tell, this is the only way inside it is through the front door.
It's just a stone hut with explosives inside, yes.
Invisible and dead.
I didn't even think it was a hut last time. I just thought it was this yard with a fence around it.
Yeah, but they're not going to keep this. The explosives are kept in a hut rather than out in the
Okay.
sunshine.
All right.
Do thunderstones do anything?
They make thunder happen.
Oh.
I have a good amount of stealth for not being trained in it. Wow.
Should I go into the woods and start tracking this guy down? Says Marcus. Who feels a bit large and unstealthy for your plan?
Well, they don't want me to go tracking, so I don't know what they want me to do.
If he's innocent, that's a safe thing to do. If he's not, that could be bad.
Yeah, but he's a big burly man. He can handle
Well,
himself.
I won't go far off the path. I just want to see which way he went when he disappeared into the trees. Then we can follow
Sure.
him if you need to go that way.
Sounds good.
I mean, it looks like we haven't got a lot of time, so if I'm up there figuring it out, then you guys can come and join me and we can head off into the woods when you're ready.
Sure.
I want to go on a teddy bear's picnic.
Marcus takes his chaotic good ass up into the woods and begins to search for tracks.
What kind of applicable skills do I have?
Actually, he's not bad at survival.
So, do we want to use one of those thunderstones to try to distract the guards?
That makes a
That would work.
god-awful noise.
Yes.
That's what we want, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a god-awful noise. Where are you putting it?
Obviously, at the exact opposite side of the supply yard.
Oh my god, the explosives!
And behind something.
Yes.
Okay? So you let off a thunderstone. The guards plus several other people come running across.
All have used mage hand,
Right?
and have used that to maximum distance away. So
Right.
they'll be
Oh, to
good.
drop the thunderstone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Kix. Give me a stealth check.
Stealth.
I'm afraid so.
Hang on. I'm having to do everything by hand now because I never bothered putting my macros back.
It's okay. Thought the loading and saving worked.
It works pretty good to the server.
I don't think I ever tried that. So stealth is... my stealth is only 12, so...
Only 12.
And I haven't done my alias again, clearly. I got 32, though.
Natural 20, wow.
How many natural 20s has it been for you tonight?
Not enough.
5?
He's got all mine. Where'd Kixie go? You froze Howlett so bad.
Yes.
Okay, Hal. Enough fake frozen.
So, yes, Kixie sneaks into the yard and easily gets inside the explosives hut. Kixie, there are mucho explosives in here. There are barrels of gunpowder, and there are dynamite sticks, and there are various bags of explosive things. There's also some alchemist's fire in here as well.
You know, in films where somebody goes on a rampage inside a supermarket with like a cart, and it's like, I feel pretty, so pretty. Yeah, I'm doing that.
You feel explodey. So
Walks out looking pregnant.
what are you trying to take?
Tell me what there is again.
There's dynamite sticks. There is gunpowder in barrels. There are several bags, they're like square bags that are made for kind of blowing rock quarries open. There is some alchemist's fire, and that is about all.
I'm going to take a bit of everything.
Bits of everything. You think? Give me a knowledge engineering check.
Not knowledge alchemy. Or craft alchemy.
I'll take craft alchemy as well, but at a higher DC. Just trying to knock a building down. It's not generally in the alchemist's remit.
Yes. To be fair, building a tower of this construction, considering how thin and wobbly it is, shouldn't be that difficult.
You're right. Half a stick of dynamite just pushed against it might be enough.
What did you want? Knowledge arcana or craft alchemy?
I wanted knowledge engineering or craft alchemy.
Okay, I'll take craft alchemy.
Is that because you don't have knowledge engineering?
Yep.
Bloody hell, Kicks. Okay, you think the square packets are probably your best bet for knocking this down.
And which were they?
They're the bags that are like square bags. You think you'll need to take some of the fusing with it too.
But she can't just dose it in alchemist fire and...
She could do that, but she might blow everything up.
Okay, I'm being sensible. I don't want everybody to die, just most people.
There are 6 bags of this. You think 6 should just about do it.
Cool. And I have to take the alchemist fire because I'm an alchemist.
There are 4 vials of alchemist's fire.
They go in my secret bag.
Nature's pocket.
Oh.
Our gnomes marsupials.
It's a ring of fire.
I think I've heard arguments that gnomes are in fact marsupials, actually.
That's funny.
Alright, I take the 6 square bags and the fusing, and I have secreted on my person the 4 vials of alchemist fire.
Have you got like you're carrying it in like a sack or something?
There's a little cart.
You have a cart.
Yeah, there was one in there. How else do they get them moved around?
There was, but it's going to be stealthy to sneak out with a cart.
If she rolls another natural 20, it would be.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. She could just take the entire hut and move it somewhere else and no one would notice.
Would you like to try me?
Well, stealth me out.
No.
Nudge it up to the...
I'll just carry them.
Imagine at this point we'll probably start on plan 2, which is setting the fire.
Try. Are you doing that?
No, I'm not. I'm coming out with quietly as I can.
Go for it.
Well, we still need to distract people from away from the tower so that they don't get hurt when it explodes. And that you can set the plot explosive as well.
Go on, then. Roll it.
Hang on. Let me save it. I keep doing it.
Kicks it a silent.
Marcus.
Is that 25?
Is that 25? Kicks it a silent. Yes, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Should it be higher? Isn't your bonus plus 12 for stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was earlier.
The one I've just rolled isn't though. The one.
Oh, it's an 18.
Yeah.
She rolled a 6.
Oh,
Where is this?
It's on the desktop machine, but not on my laptop.
I
Yeah.
cannot help that.
I can't
This
see it.
is becoming somewhat of a problem.
yeah. Mine ends with Marcus rolling a 17.
Yeah, mine. I can see that on my laptop, but on my other one, I can see her roll.
How bizarre.
You sneak out. 18 is pretty good, and the guys are distracted. So let's see. One of the guards turns and kind of sees the back of you creeping off into the darkness. He kind of shouts after you, and you have to run quite quickly.
Oh dear.
So, about this point,
Mm.
I'm probably trying to look for some sort of open window along the back of the manor.
Okay. That's probably one open.
Would there be some sort of curtains or something on it?
Probably. Could even be Tybalt's room, where his dog was.
If suitably unobserved, I'll probably mage hand up my corn whiskey,
Right.
soak the curtain,
Okay.
and then cast spark on it and walk away.
Okay, Vandal boy.
Hey, there was an expensive pen in that room.
Yeah.
Or no, that was the room prior to that.
Yeah. Vandal boy. I love that. So lawful of you. Okay, let's make some observation checks, shall we? See if anybody sees you. That's a big fat no. Because I rolled a D2 instead of a D20.
Yay! Can we
Minus
take that
1 plus
result?
3.
You hear the shout of somebody as you're lifting your whiskey into the sky. Seems to come from kind of the courtyard area in front. You look over and you see there's like one of the chefs, one of the cooks, has come round the side of the building.
Ooh.
Bad
Hey!
time, dude.
What are you doing?
We were just
You're
borrowing.
all not
this-
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Is Hieronymus with me?
If he wants to be. We are having a gay tryst.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sure, I'll be with you.
Tryst me, Hieronymus. Rub me with your hair.
Keep the hair away.
Massage me in all the wrong places. Sorry.
I think you broke him.
Well, what are you doing here?
I'm bringing slops out the back.
A likely story.
He
You know
wiggles a
that
bit-
we have a necromancer in here who is rumored to have allies within this village.
a necromancer.
That we've been hired by the Lord to investigate.
Alright. What does he want my slops for?
Dwarves have odd tastes.
Why are you bringing them here?
That's middens out back here.
Well, then toss them in and get back to work already.
Ew, middens.
What's that flying thing?
Oh, goodness. That is odd.
That looks like a bottle of whiskey.
It does.
How did it
Does the
get
Lord
up there?
does the Lord often keep a bottle of whiskey flying outside of his window?
I don't think so.
That's lofty spirits.
Ho ho!
Oh my god. That was a terrible pun.
Well, then that will be something that we will have to investigate. Perhaps
You
it's some ruse.
you wait here a minute. Keep an eye on me bucket. I'll be right back with me mates. We're going to have to take a look at this. Hey! He dashes off back round the corner.
See, that would have been a
Lads!
perfect time for you to sleep him.
Lads! He's shouting as he dashes round.
The bottle goes into the room.
Okay. There's the sound of barking as it flies through the window.
I never said flies, it goes into the room.
There's the sound of barking as it moves through the window.
It's probably an evil dog like the kobolds.
That's right, it's clearly evil.
It's an evil
can
pug.
You could tell by the way it was sleeping when you walked past it last time.
It's just a dog.
Oh yeah, we forgot. It's Sigmund the Goblin Child Slayer.
Yes.
No small cute animals, no children are safe from his meat grinder.
So has he gone around back inside the building then to grab his?
No,
mates?
he's gone around the front of the building. There's a door on the side that leads to the kitchen. Do you think he's going that way? You've probably got about 3 rounds before he gets back this way.
Oh. Yeah. I'll cast Spark and then I'll run after him.
Okay.
Assuming
You cast
Spark
Spark.
takes. It should take fairly well on curtains, I imagine.
Yes, there's a smouldering on the curtains. So did you like tip the whiskey upside down or something?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear the sound of kind of growling and barking from the upstairs room as you see a little bit of smoke wisp out of the window.
I'll run after him. Hey, we need to start a water line right away. I saw this arrow of fire shoot from the forest straight into that room.
You what? Well, where that flying bottle was.
Yes.
That's weird, right? Why would it do that?
Perhaps the necromancer's planning a surprise attack.
What's a necromancer? Oh, that bad lad. Aye, water line. Okay, I'll get me bucket, but it's got slops in. But I'll pour them out, and I'll go
Maybe you
get
should
some
pour them
water.
out first. Then we can go up and get your mates. Bring them out here to see the floating bottle. Then we can form the water line.
Didn't you say there was a fire?
Yes, there was a fire.
My man always said we had to put that out first before anything else.
That might be a good idea. But you have to
Okay.
empty your bucket.
I'll go get me friends, and we can empty me bucket on the way to the river. He dashes inside the kitchen, shouting, "Fire, fire, fire!"
I'll go around the other side of the building then.
Yeah. Basically, at this point, hopefully, well, I imagine fire should be starting pretty fast in there.
Yeah, it's burning pretty quick.
Is smoke coming up? Is it visible?
There is
Poor
some
doggy.
smoke coming up.
I'll run off to Lord Tybalt and say, my lord, I believe that Arkalak has struck from the forest and he's set fire to your manor.
Really? Well,
I point towards a column of smoke.
crap! You! He points to like a gang of them heading towards the tower. Put my mansion out!
Out back.
They all dash off towards the mansion.
So, is there still people working on the tower? Or is that most of them
There's still
off?
about a gang of 10 high up on the tower doing the stoneworking.
Well, they'll be out of the way then.
I'll run up to them and shout out to them. You, come down here. Put out the Lord's manor. It's on fire. Quick as you can. Drop the rocks.
Dodge! Several rocks drop on you. They start to kind of secure the lines and stuff, but they're not off the tower yet. They're hoisting stones up, so they've got to continue up or continue down. We'll be right there!
Right. So they're what? They're hoisting.
They're pulling up stones, so they have to tie them off and make sure they're safe before they can come down. Also, it'll take them a few rounds to climb down the scaffolding. They're coming, though. They are moving. They'll be down in a few rounds' time. In the meantime, there are buckets being broken out and various barrels of stuff.
I'm hoping that the fire spread enough that I've created more than a few rounds distraction, even with
Tybalt
the
is wandering around shouting, "Where's Clements? Can't he do anything about this?" You!
I don't
Tybalt-
think he can. Is the good
Tybalt
thing.
points at Hieronymus.
Well, what?
Put out my fire!
I'll give it a shot.
You're a witch or wizard or man-witch or something.
He's a
I'll,
man witch.
I'll start heading heading into his manor.
He's a man witch. Okay.
I will help in whatever way I can to get the people off the tower.
Okay, people are coming down the tower now. They're grabbing buckets and dashing over. They're joining the line which runs from the river through the front door of the manor and up the stairs.
I'll follow the line up the stairs.
Buckets are passing along the line now, and they're starting to be thrown on the fire.
So the door's
It's
open to the
taken
study
quite
and stuff?
badly, yes. A half-bald dog shoots down the stairs.
Oh,
There it is. Thank you, Ruby. Perfect timing.
Okay, so once the tower has been, is my volume on?
yes.
The green thingy's not showing for me. Oh, there it is now. So once the tower is suitably abandoned, I'll grab Kixie from wherever the agreed-upon hiding spot is.
It was up a tree.
Up a tree. You're up a tree with a bag of explosives.
No, I'm in
Say, right, now's the time.
More buckets, faster.
Alright. They start passing buckets. They seem to be getting on top of the fire. It's charred a lot of the soft furnishings, burnt a lot of the curtains down, the wallpaper's in tatters. So, who's going to make me the engineering roll required to place these?
Not me.
How about that dead wizard that got spiked through the eyes?
Yeah, he was dead good with engineering.
Any other appropriate skills somebody wants to roll?
I can do like alchemy and
Roll that. It'll be fine.
I do get a +2 on all craft or profession checks that create objects from metal or stone.
that might be better. I can do knowledge arcana or knowledge nature or craft alchemy.
You can roll me a craft alchemy check if you wish.
That's probably the best.
I wish. Ugh.
You think if you place them all in a big pile about 3 feet from the bottom, it'll be easy enough to blow it up.
Awesome. Let's do that.
Plus it'll make a massive explosion.
Bang!
Especially if you pack some alchemist's fire in amongst them.
No, it's my alchemist fire.
We'll have to.
Maybe I'll add a little bit.
In perfect honesty, the goal isn't to completely damage it, to completely make it fall, but to damage it, and to cause enough.
Set him
things
back
to
a day
make
or two.
destruction Stuff. Yeah.
Where have you been? Our aim is to destroy it and everything
If we
that's
can destroy it, all for the better.
Kicks.
underneath it.
Kicks, make me another alchemy check.
If it looks like they got the fire under control, I'll start searching for the dog that ran out.
It's sat outside shivering. Most upset. 22.
Yep.
You think one of these bags could possibly topple this tower if it was placed correctly. You're just using 6 to be sure.
Yeah. I didn't
That
need
sounds
you
like
to tell
Kixie.
me that. I was pretty aware of that as it was. But thanks.
You're welcome. You, with a roll, that roll's good enough for me. You stick the fuse into it and you roll it off a little ways.
Mm-hmm.
Spark.
The spark lights the fuse. Where are you running?
The opposite direction.
And I'll use a healing hex on the dog.
Oh. The dog loves you.
I'll be moving away. Yeah.
Just as you start running off, about halfway down the fuse, a busload of nuns pulls in. Parks right by the tower. You realise that it's half nuns and half orphans here on a tour.
Karma.
Are they
Sometimes you can't get rid of
dwarven?
a bomb.
No, I'm kidding. What? Yeah,
Karma.
they're dwarven nuns and orphans.
Karma.
In fact, it's your mum.
Not
Shame.
my mum.
It's your mum. And your grandmum and your grand-grandmum.
Well, in that case, great.
Oh well.
And soon they'll be burned beardless.
There is an enormous explosion.
Oh.
Everybody hits the ground.
Woohoo!
Ah! I'll cover the pooch.
The tower creaks briefly and then collapses and then
Yay!
falls to the north in pieces.
Excellent. One thing
Ah!
you've done correctly. Oh, yes.
Tybalt basically just stands still with his mouth open, staring at the tower.
I'm covering the dog in case any rubble falls.
It's not raining rubble all the way over there, but most of the tower has fallen to the north.
Are you trying to get a new familiar thing?
He's trying to hump the dog. So, yes, the tower has collapsed in a big pile of rubble.
Arkalak!
You! Witch!
What?
Go find that necromancer.
Went that way, right?
To the woods. Find that midget and that small bearded thing and go and get him.
Alright, I'll go find my mates.
I'll pay you for it if you do it well.
You won't.
Clements! He's shouting as he heads inside the thing.
All right.
Clements!
Now I think we can safely look for our architect / necromancer.
We've only put him back a year or so.
He's a necrotect.
Necrotect.
Or an archamancer.
No, I think necrotect is good. He makes stuff out of dead bodies, right?
I like that. Necrotect. He builds with the dead.
The Tower of Bone.
Why bury what we can build with?
Nice. So, you heading into the woods?
Yes.
Yes.
You meet Marcus on the road. He seems to have stopped and be waiting for you. He
Mission
entered the
accomplished.
woods here.
Do you think you can pick up his trail further in?
It's going this way. It was a while ago, though. A few hours.
Well, hopefully he isn't an accomplished woodsman and won't be able to hide his track very well.
I think he was well, at this point he was running.
Yay! We made him scared.
Marcus wanders through the woods, following the trail.
Yep.
After about 30 minutes, you come to a small cliff in the woods
Uh-oh.
on one side of a hill, and there is a small, cave in the cliff. Very small. You went in there, I think.
Like a animal burrow type?
Yeah,
Small?
well, almost maybe like a bear cave. It's not very big. The entrance is kind of narrow, but it probably opens up inside.
Well, on the off chance anyone want a hit of hide from undead?
Wouldn't hurt, I guess.
Can you cast it?
I have a wand of it, and
Yeah,
it's a
but can you-
cleric spell.
Okay, you're not a cleric.
Haha,
Same spell list.
same spell list.
That's funny.
Boom, 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 I'll use a charge of it on Hieronymus then.
Okay, is anybody else getting it?
If they want it, I'm offering.
What is it?
It means that any undead he summons, you're invisible to them.
Oh.
Is it invisible or is it just a bonus?
No, they pretty much ignore you, I believe.
Unless you attack them.
Yes, probably.
It's basically like invisibility, right? I think.
I don't think they even. Well, it's weird.
Right.
As long as they're not intelligent undead, it's
Right.
pretty foolproof.
Right.
Let me just bring it up. Undead cannot see, hear, or smell creatures warded by the spell. Even extraordinary or supernatural sensory capabilities cannot detect or locate warded creatures. Non-intelligent undead creatures are automatically affected and act as though the warded creature are not there. An intelligent creature receives a single will saving throw. If it has reason to believe unseen opponents are present, however, it can attempt to find or strike them. I believe that's for the intelligent ones.
Right.
If a warded creature attempts to channel positive energy, turn or command undead, touches an undead creature, or attacks any creature, even with a spell, any creature. That's interesting.
Mm.
The spell ends for all recipients, but that's per casting. Oh, I can do one creature touched per level. Oh, but it's
Right.
level 1.
Right.
So
So you and I have dark vision, and then we've
So-
got. Yeah.
I'll cast that on Hieronymus. At least it'll prevent one round them from seeing you if you
Okay.
choose to attack right away. Longer if you don't do anything that dispels it.
I'll try not to provoke.
But if say you're just curing us, then you're fine. Because it's only when you're doing offensive actions. So
Cool.
yeah. So up to you, but that's what you have now. So
Cool.
there you go. And
All right, there, lovely.
oh, does Kixie want it?
Kixie always wants it.
I wasn't.
It might let you just move past them to like get into flanking without worrying about attacks of opportunity.
That's funny.
What's it called again?
It's hide from undead.
Sounds pretty good.
It'll last for 10 minutes or until you attack something.
I'm a little impatient though. I don't know whether it'll.
Well, up to you.
Do I need to make a choice now?
Would be a good idea.
It would be
Okay.
best to do it before battle because once battle starts, it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
Might not have time.
All
It's a
right, well,
preemptive thing.
I need to go behind a tree for a minute, for a private minute behind a tree.
What?
I need to go to the bathroom.
You're going
Bio
to...
break. And now Lockhart.
Lockhart logs off in disgust.
Apparently so.
Screw you in your bathroom.
Just in case.
That's funny.
Walter, you in there? No.
That's funny. Where'd he go?
You must have gone in the cave.
Maybe.
Is it all dark in the cave?
It is pretty dark, yes. In the cave.
My turn to
Welcome back.
disconnect.
That's weird. I wonder what's going on tonight.
I think we can just blame Google for these things now.
Think it's all their fault.
Could be.
Okay.
No lower third. But that's
Yeah.
only minor.
It dies when you log out.
Well, yes, I'm fairly satisfied with what we've accomplished so far tonight. We've at least saved the future for now.
And flat out destroyed that poor lord's dream.
Well, you could spend another year building.
We always knew it was going to happen. The tower couldn't be completed. What is that?
The cave, I think.
It's a bit large. I need to delete it or shrink it.
Oh, that's a picture. Okay.
It's a pic. I thought I'd add a little picture for you so you could see the cave
Aw,
entrance.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice like that.
And then just behind there is where the dragon is.
That's right. There you go. It's not a very good aspect ratio, is it? Hang on, it's squidged. Let me do that. That's more like it. There we go. There's your cave. That's what you are seeing.
Well, a bit short, but
It's short. You're short.
cave looks short, but so we're gonna adopt our standard movement orders and just plunge ahead.
I suppose so. Well, beforehand, I think we should have a brief discussion of what do we do when we meet with him? Do we attack him regardless? If he parlays with us, do we hear him out? Do we kill him just to be sure?
The Lord said he'd pay us to bring him back, or what was it? Trying to remember the phrasing.
I think
Yeah,
bring
dude.
back that necromancer was it pretty. Find, bring back, something along those lines. It's more so to the fact that if we can't discern who's spinning the story, I don't know.
Lindsay has had to go and take some tablets because she's in a great deal of sore.
Mm.
Okay,
So she says, do the cave bit without her.
right.
So, do the cave bit.
All right. Well, I think we need to stay firm. He's clearly guilty of something to have run away through a swarm of undead.
Hopefully not that thing, but we'll see.
Okay, who's going in?
Well, I'll take point if needed.
There you go. Marcus will make a light if no one will make him one.
Oh, yes. That's right. I will cast lights on whatever piece of equipment Marcus wishes, his sword, helmet.
Like his shoulder will be fine.
Okay.
Spaldron.
I don't know what our standard is, but I'll have axe and shield out.
Okay, you enter the cave. It is actually a reasonably small room. See if I can draw it. See if the draw tools will work.
By the way, I need the grid refreshed for me as well, please.
Hold on. Let me just get rid of this. Delete this. Let me delete this for the time being. Let me redo the grid. Grid. Off. On. How's that?
Excellent.
Alright, let me draw. Draw.
Is there something to see yet? Oh, there we go.
It's so slow to draw. Is that all it's drawing for you? You see one little squiggle, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Stupid drawing tools aren't working. Clearing it. Trying again. Nope, that ain't working. Drawing tools suck. Alright, there's a cave. You enter it.
Do we
Kinda
see anything?
It's single-filey. In the dark, you see the opposite side of the cave. It is reasonably small. Perhaps 30 feet round. Various bits of detritus layer the floor. Looks like it probably is a bear cave during the right times of the year. Make me a perception check.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We need Kixie for this.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to spot. You see over in one corner of the room, like tucked away in the corner, almost like he's hiding, is a hunkered down figure.
Walter?
Does appear to be wearing the tunic of Walter.
Rise up, Arkalak, and meet your fate.
That's nice. He doesn't move. Hang on, let me put him on the map. Hold on. Add a token. Choose a file. Here's again. Yeah. He's about there.
Is he not moving at all, or trembling, or?
Well, you can't see from where you are. Way back there.
Have you broken the world without me yet?
Oh, yeah, 60 feet of dark vision? No. For the light
Yes.
source, yeah.
We found a cave. We think we see a form of him that hasn't moved yet.
Okay.
If he doesn't move after being called out, I'll kind of walk over to him, axe at the ready.
Okay. You walk over. He's kind of slumped against the wall in the corner.
So do I get there?
Yep.
What do I see exactly?
He's slumped against the wall in the corner.
Is his chest moving?
He's not facing you, but you don't think so. He doesn't appear to be breathing.
I'll prod him with my axe.
You prod him with your axe and he falls backwards. His face is all kind of smooshed into one kind of ball of flesh.
Oh, great. So he's got another one of those spinning heads.
No. This is how we found Ropo.
Right.
Ooh.
But I'm betting that the spitting acid from the head could have melted flesh. Maybe.
Give me a heal check if you've got it.
Yeah, what is my heal?
You got it.
Woo! I hope so. You're the healer.
I have a tiny bit.
We won't tell anyone.
He sounded surprised, bless him.
Oh, look what I found. Who'd have thought it? Did you get a 24, or was that your perception check?
I did get a 24 for my heal.
You realise, looking at the wounds on the face, that while the flesh is all moulded, it actually does contain kind of finger and claw marks that look like they kind of run in the same direction as the flesh. Almost as if something kind of grabbed him and pulled the flesh into that shape.
So whatever took out Rapu's still about.
But his clothes seem relatively recognizable.
Yeah, it looks like him. He even has his spyglass attached to his belt.
Ooh. Is this still magical?
Yes.
Yes, it's still magical.
Well, we can take Arkalak back to his lord and get rewarded.
Yay!
Unfortunately, this at least does clear things up. It is, as we've suspected, Clemens.
It is? Oh dear.
Well, it has to be.
Can I spellcraft the spyglass?
That's why you lot do the thinking.
24.
It is a magical spyglass.
Hmm.
It is the equivalent of... Let me look and see what they're called these days. Ugh. Specific cursed items.
Ah!
Where are you? The dog says woof.
Which is
It's the
alright,
equivalent of eyes of the eagle, but in a spyglass form.
Hmm. Useful.
Kinda.
We should at least liberate that before we bring his body back to...
I suppose. Well,
Anyone who wants to commit me a knowledge religion check?
yes. 21.
You've heard tales of a creature that may be undead that can do this. You never thought of it when Rupu attacked, but you've had to think about it now. And it's getting more and more likely that this might be what it is.
Now, what is that?
It's called a totem mask.
Ooh.
A totem mask?
Totem mask.
Okay.
I can just see him looking it up right now. The hell is that? A totem mask. Yes. Here. Google, where are you?
No, I'm just making notes on this. Is this a generally humanoidish creature,
It
or
is generally it is a medium humanoidish creature. It is also a shape changer.
I see.
Nice.
It has the ability to eat the hopes and dreams of any creature it bites. It has the ability to drink the flesh of a creature through its hollow claws. And it also has the ability to shape flesh of a helpless creature in any way it likes.
Are they by any chance naturally bald and long clawed?
They are kind of bald and long clawed, but they're not really the chatty kind.
Are they intelligent on their own?
Hmm?
Are they intelligent on their own?
They are reasonably intelligent, yes. 16.
So they could, yes, be a wizard or something.
In principle.
But it's an undead?
Yes, it's undead.
Which means we could hide from it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. It's intelligent, though.
It would get a save, yes, but...
Right. Would you like to see a picture?
Sure.
This is the totem mask.
Ooh.
Ick.
Interesting.
I think I'll find a better picture. That's what you think did this. It fits as far as you can tell.
All right. This appears both him and Ropo were killed by an undead monstrosity called a totem mask. Totem mask?
Totem mask.
They are capable of changing their form, which can explain why it's in such trouble. Their basic form is also somewhat close to what Ropo gave us as in his description. Bald, long claws. And they're certainly intelligent enough to learn the arcane arts.
So you're thinking Arkalak could be one of these himself?
I believe that would be a reasonable possibility. It's also possible that he employs one, but, well... Ah! It's eating us all!
It's a bit large.
Looks like a space herpy.
Space herpy.
That was the name of a NASCAR team I was part of once.
Ah. Oh.
There he is.
So, what shall we do then?
Run away. Very bravely.
Well, we can take him back to his lord, get rewarded, and then see about Clemens.
But this is an Arkalak. This is Walter, a victim of Arkalak, not a necromancer.
But a good ruse to put Arkalak at his off edge if we take him back acting like we think he's Arkalak.
I have an observation.
Yes?
Well, if Arkalak's this thing, and he's also Clements, how did he get out of town to do this?
Yes, he's probably a pet beast of Arkalak's that...
Unfortunately, we've been gone several hours. We don't know the location of Clemens during those hours.
Well, servant said he was in here. He was doing something with the tower, and then he was looking at that gem.
I'm starting to get some sluggish on my end. I'm wondering if I'm the next to crash.
We're going to wrap up in a minute. Lindsay's still... Oh, look how pale she looks.
Yeah.
Looking a bit pale there, Chuck.
Thanks.
You okay?
I'm good.
You look ghostly white.
Thanks. Please don't look at me.
Ooh. Ooh.
Do not look at me.
You want to call it there?
It might be a good idea, because now I'm just once again completely confused by who Arkalak could be.
But you've killed off one of the other. There's only
No.
one guy left, isn't there?
I'm betting
Yes.
it's Clemens, and Clemens has a hit beast at his disposal.
A hit beast. That'd be a good one, right?
It's certainly possible.
It's a pretty powerful hit beast, the Totenbatsk, actually.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to stop the recorder. Say goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.